Hello, lovelies. Welcome to, or welcome back to the dollhouse. I think this is my first video of 2025, and it's February. So, yeah, I've been here, but I did not take into account all the spoons it takes to keep a constant presence on the internet. So apparently I am not good at this. I'm trying. So I'm in between the largest current SIBO infection to date, and we're fighting with the insurance company to try to get me on an elemental diet so I don't have to worry about not being able to absorb nutrients, because medically I'm starving. Which, you know, I could stand to lose a few pounds, I understand this, but nutrients are important. And you can be in medical starvation and still not be thin. So, yeah, just trying to avoid another type of feeding tube. I think I've tried all of them except the one that goes up your nose, and I can't have that one. And I don't like any of the other ones. So we'll just see what do. I don't have a whole lot of finished things. This is my hair is terrible. I'm not taking the whole hat off. This is my kids call this the study of dryer lint, because it is most colors of dryer lint. This is ombre mandala in cool, and this is just a little stocking cap, but I added a front post trim, and the seam is right there, which I should not have right there, but I don't care right now. Although I will care, so I will move the seam. Anywho, these hats are super warm. Props to Fiber Spider for making so far the best stocking cap pattern I have found. Also, I couldn't decide. I wanted to make a sweater, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the big granny square sweater, which is just pretty much 4 granny squares. One's the front, one's the back, and one for each sleeve. But once I got the first 2 panels made, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is almost big enough for a wrap. I don't wear sweaters because I don't have sweaters, but I wear wraps all the time. So, with a little ingenuity, I do believe I used this is why I used to save labels, and then I stopped saving labels because my husband says, what do you need all these labels for? So I throw out my yarn labels, and now I don't know what went into this project. I did use Premier's anti-pilling everyday in burgundy and in black, and then I used a variegated big twist from Joann in Vampy, one of their Halloween colors, which is the red and gray and black. So we got square 1, we got seam, square 2, seam, and square 3. I think it came out nice. Easy peasy. I mean, you know how to make a granny square. Just stop when it's this big. Make 3 of them, and it's really I call something this long either a Afghan or a cuddle wrap when I sell them, because these are perfect for watching movies or having somebody with you while you're watching movies, because there's enough room for 2 people, or 1 person in a very large bowl of your snack of choice and or small mammal. I could fit a cat in here. I could probably fit 2 cats in here, but I'm not going to try that with Helena. Thank you very much. I like my blood to stay in my person. Cats. I have started my first... I am learning like way backwards, I guess. I started my first... This is an 8-point star. So, I still got a little ways to go. I was sitting at the doctor's office yesterday, and I'm sitting in the exam room waiting for the doctor to come in and just crocheting along, because that's what I do when I do. And she came in and she said, "Oh, that's really pretty." I said, "Thank you." She said, "What is it gonna be?" I said, "Probably a dog blanket." This woman looked at me and said, "That's really too pretty to make a dog blanket out of." Thank you. Nobody wants to buy blankets right now. It's not a blanket economy. Nobody really wants to buy anything right now because economy. But I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I said that it's just one of those things to my brain that if I make something and I am in love with it, I'll keep it. Occasionally, I will make something just for me. But if I make something and I put it out there that's for sale, and it just sits there, it's not doing any good. A folded blanket in a plastic mailer is not going to help anybody. So if it sits in the house for too long and it doesn't sell, it goes out the door. I have contacts with two of the local community centers. I have contacts at a couple different hospices, and of course Comfort for Critters. So, I mean, worst comes to worst, everything can be a dog or a cat blanket. But it's not doing good sitting in my house. And I can argue with somebody until I'm blue in the face that this 7 to 12 skein of yarn blanket that took me a week to make really is more than $20 worth of materials and work. Or I could just make something beautiful, and if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell, so somebody gets to have it for a donation. People that do not craft do not understand the time it takes to craft. I mean, there's that, the viral, hey, I saw this sweater out for $20. I bet you I could pick up a crochet hook, enough yarn to do this, and the time to make it. I can make that $20 sweater for like $85.50 if I got it on sale. That's how crochet math works. But if you don't do fiber arts, then it's just, well, I can get a blanket for $20. Yes, you can get a blanket for $20, but did your $20 blanket take someone 3 weeks to make? Did your $20 blanket have all of its ends hand knotted and sewn in? Does your $20 blanket come with extra love and a little bit of cat hair in each stitch? It's why my blankets aren't $20. And I have to give credit where credit is due. I do not make plushies. I am not offended by velvet. I understand the tactile of the velvety plushy yarns. I don't enjoy working with them. I don't enjoy it. Even my murder yarn that I got to make myself a blanket with is still in a box somewhere and is mostly in skeins because it's that big, fluffy, velvety, and you get little pieces, parts all over the place, and then you look like you've been rolling around with like whatever color yarn you were working with. You look like you just had a fight with a cat. So me and plushie yarn don't get along very well, but the plushie makers out there are making bank. I figure that I spend on yarn what I would spend on therapy, and granny stitches are very therapeutic. So this is my therapy. This is what I do, so I don't just stay angry all the time. And if somebody wants to buy something I made, that's cool too. I'm going to I don't have it on hand because I already mailed it out. I got one sad little order for Valentine's Day. But I whooped on it and I made this blanket. I will put a picture here, which is approximately this size. I made it as a sit together and watch movies cuddle wrap out of 3 skeins of hot pink Lion brand gradient yarn. I like the Lion gradient yarn for the simple fact that it is lofty, but it's not airy. If that makes any sense. It's puffy yarn with a density to it. Whereas the Premier yarn and their gradient line is a very much thinner, sleeker yarn. So, my 2 cents. But I don't have it to show you. I bordered it, and I love this yarn. I hate this company, White. But the entire blanket goes from a real pale baby pink to a hot pink, and then filters back out and then back in. So I tried to do the gradient so it, it looks continuous-y. I think I did pretty good. I don't know. I'm working on this 8-point star blanket because I think I have finally figured out how to use all of this neon yarn. I think I am going to make a giant galactic star blanket because I have at least 6 full skeins of this. This is the Sweet Roll Vivid, and I believe this is Glowworm. Yes, this is the Sweet Roll Vivid in Glowworm. And this is just the bits and bobs I have left from other projects, and some cakes that I spun up, and some cakes are still whole in the package. So that's going to be my next adventure because I am really enjoying the 8-pointed star blanket. It's nice that you have something that once you learn how to do the beginning, every row is just the same number of increases and decreases. So then you don't have to think, and that's really good for when the brain fog, because the brain fog. I wanted to say thank you for everybody for reaching out to me. I am trying the best I can to make these as much as I can, but I am in no way able and ready to be, you know, your yarn influencer, because I don't have that much time. I love you guys, and I appreciate the yarny community, because I would be so lonely without the yarny community some days. Although some of the yarny community does not welcome some of the medicated community, which we should have a talk about, because medication and yarn kind of go hand in hand as things that keep us calm and cool and collected and gives us self-esteem. But anyway, I haven't figured out if I want to keep going on this or not. I had the idea to see how big I could make a granny square, because I've never just continuously granny squared. So this is going to be my invisible granny square. And I'm gonna have to block it because it's starting to kind of lumpy, a little weird. But I am doing 3 rows of grannies and then a single row of half doubles to make my big old granny square. And of course I gotta show you the tail side of it. So, big old granny square. So that is going to be the invisible blanket. And I know a lot of hunters and a lot of vets that probably would like that. So I'm gonna put that online once I'm finished, if anybody wants it. We are in the middle of winter number 2 in Delaware, because we have winter, and then we have false spring, and then we have winter 2, and then we have false spring, and then we have an ice storm, and then we have spring. That's generally how the weather works here, because I-95 corridor. I don't think there's anything else. I'm in the middle of a SIBO flare, so none of my medications are being absorbed into my system, so I've been unmedicated for a week now. So we're fighting with the insurance company to try to get a pre-digested diet that will give me nutrients while I'm in SIBO. Beyond that, I got nothing for you. I'm just, you know, crazy old sick lady going to the doctor and making things out of yarn, because that's what I do. I want to try to make, one of my friends sent me on my Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Does anybody call it X? Does anybody actually say, I'm gonna log on to X for it? Everybody calls it Twitter, don't they? Isn't it still Twitter? Anywho, I completely lost my train of thought. Yes, I did. I lost my train of thought. Our nicotine of the day is Holy Moly from Vapecraft, which is nice, light hazelnutty flavor to go with my coffee. This is my coffee. And since this is hemp derived, that is legal in all 50 states and can be found at drink Higher Brew Coffee, drinkhbc.com. I'm not sponsored. I just really like their coffee, and it's nice to be able to get medical options that don't make you silly. Because sometimes silly is fun, and sometimes you need silly, but sometimes you need pain relief more than you need silly. So I am working on a project that I'm not sure if I want to tell you guys about or not. I don't know. We'll work on that one more in the brain thing. Welcome to a completely unedited, unscripted stuff that comes out of Kira's head episode. Because that's where we're going today, because I do not have the energy to edit this. But hey, I'm still alive and yarning things, and maybe I should tell people that before they think I died. Because I haven't died yet. I'm not allowed. Waiting for my husband to let me know when my expiration date is coming, but so far it's just, you're not allowed. And I agreed with him. I think he's entitled to die before I do, but you know, we're working on that. Well, we're not working on that. I would much prefer that he's just immortal, so I don't have to worry about trying to live without him, because not gonna happen. Anywho, back to yarn. So, I have learned that a lot more people will pay crazy prices for plushies than for a blanket. And that kind of makes me sad. Because you know that plushie, if given to a child, will be loved and will be appreciated. But blankets, you keep them nice enough, you can pass down blankets for generations. Especially now that they're made out of acrylic, they don't friggin' decompose. You can hand a blanket down forever. I wish I had a blanket that I could say, this was my great-great-grandma's blanket. My great-great-grandma didn't make blankets, she made cookies. You can't save those. Well, you can, but then you can't eat them, and then what's the point of a cookie, right? It's like making cookies out of plastic. Oh, that's cute. You can't eat that. Why is it there? Speaking of, I have... Let me see if I can find it. I don't know what I did with it. There it is. Sorry about that. I'm back. My son, my oldest, was diagnosed with, they called it Asperger's syndrome when he was diagnosed. That is no longer an option because apparently Asperger was a terrible person, and even if he discovered something that can help us scientifically, the terrible things he did was enough to make his name unspeakable, Voldemort. So now we can't call it Asperger's anymore. So now he's broad spectrum, high functioning autistic. They keep changing it every couple months. Anyway, the whole fidgety thing started coming out. Now, if you were growing up in Gen X, we all had ADD. That just was us. And I'm trying to understand the logic behind some of these fidget toys. Because my little mind says, this is a cup of plushy marshmallows. Like you would go into Dunkin' Donuts and like they have the little cups of donut holes. You just like grab them and go. I understand that. That's cute. They're little plushies. That's cute too. They have different bottoms and tops, so each one has different kind of icing on them. That's neat. There's a hole in the lid, so you can like rearrange your marshmallows or stab them on your finger, or I guess go like this with them and annoy everybody with the plastic noise. Is that what you're supposed to do? Am I supposed to take that out of the cup? Is it bad that I need instructions on fidget toys? You should not have to have instructions on how to fidget with something. Can you fidget with it wrong? Is there no wrong way to fidget? I am confused. Fidget donuts. I don't understand. My son bought me this. He said he would have bought the fidget cupcakes for me because I used to be known for my cupcakes, but they weren't as fun. So, plushy donuts. I should try to crochet a donut. I ain't done that yet. We might do that. I want to learn intarsia crochet so I can do more advanced color work. So perhaps donut may be the nice small place to start that. I think I may put a poll about that. I think I may. Anywho, there's nothing really new with me besides that. Went to the doctor yesterday. I am throwing things on the floor. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a SIBO episode, so food is not digesting, but I'm still trying to eat. I'm still trying to drink. And trying to stay out of the hospital, which is a main goal. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I'm making and doing. Do you guys want tutorials on any of these things? Would you like a tutorial on how to join, or how I join my granny squares, or how to make the granny square cuddle wrap, or make a big huge granny square? Or do you want me to try to do the 8-point diamond lesson, the 8-point star lesson? Because I'm mighty happy with how the 8-point star is coming out. There's a couple mistakes in it, and I can see where I made the mistakes, but that's why I made it with that yarn first. That was just a practice run. So, let me know if you guys want tutorials. I am stupid self-conscious about tutorials because I have itty-bitty fingernails and my hands shake. And, you know, just general self-consciousness because the internet and people are mean. You know, as it goes. So, let me know if you guys want to do tutorials. I am more than happy to do them, but I feel like my tutorials are just like shaking hands and me trying not to cuss. I don't feel like they're necessary, but if you guys want me to try, I will try to do another tutorial because this 12-pointed star blanket, 8-pointed, I haven't been properly medicated in a week, so, you know, bear with me here. 8-pointed star pattern. I am pretty confident about how to do and how to do a tutorial. So, let me know if you guys want that. Or if it would just be, you know, babbly, shaky hands video that you cannot stand. Because I understand that. And criticism is never appreciated, but always read and taken to heart. I'm not a good YouTuber. I'm really not. I don't make videos often enough. But there's some days I can't even turn my lights on. There's some days I can't get dressed. some days that just getting up is just way too much. So I guess to end everything up, found out that I have bradycardia as well. Bradycardia has been added to the Pokédex. So now I have to go to a cardiologist because my beats per minute are not as fast as they should be. So yeah, there's that. That's going to be an adventure. I also have received, picture up there. I've received my linker, and I have received, well, they sent the wrong size of linker. They sent me a medium instead of a small. You're supposed to send them your inseam size. And when I sent my inseam size, it was mistyped into data entry. So I got a medium instead of a small, which means I can sit on it and dangle my feet like I'm 5. So they, instead of all the expense of packing it back up, shipping it back, shipping me, they sent me a custom seat pin to make this seat lower so I can reach the ground. So I got my A-linker, and we've got it all together. We've got air in the tires. I've got my little handicap tag on it. We've got to find the coffee. Hold on. Coffee. Okay. We have to find somewhere flat and indoor and unpopulated, quite like our local mall. And my oldest and I are going to go out to one of the malls around here because it's flat and it's indoors and it's warm and there's snow outside. And I have I never learned how to ride a bike as a kid. I was given the option, do you want to learn or do you not want to learn? And considering my parents' teaching methods, I opted out. I did not know riding a bike was an integral human experience and everyone should learn. I just never did. So, trying to ride the A-linker is apparently like walking while sitting on a bicycle, but I don't have any bicycle experience. So there's that. Also, very cold. Also, very full body workout. So we're going to have to find somewhere flat and indoors until it gets a little bit warmer. But hopefully by spring, I'll be able to be, trucking around on my own with it. So, fingers crossed. If you want your own linker, if you go to the website here, they're doing $250 off for the month of February. A pre-tariffs sale. They're fun. They're expensive, but they very are. I don't quite have the hang of it yet. I can't just jump on my linker and go because my street has no flat spots in it. It's either uphill or downhill. There is no flat. So I gotta practice on a flat surface, but sooner or later I'll be able to just jump on and kind of take off. But check them out. They're much better option for keeping you engaged if you go out in society, for keeping you engaged, because walkers kind of make you look at the ground and wheelchairs kind of put you below everybody's sight level. And within a linker, you're at eye level. You're still walking, but you're keeping all the stress off your back. So there's that. That's a good thing. And sooner or later, I will either paint it or put some slaps all over it, because stickers. But I haven't done that yet. But I haven't named it yet either, so we'll get there. I am still in the gifted child. I am not good at this right away, therefore it sucks. So I'm trying to force myself every day to go out there and do a little bit more. Because I have the I can't do this right away, therefore it sucks mentality, which I deal with on a daily basis. So sooner or later I'll be good at it. But I'm going to keep working at it because I want to keep mobile. I will try to keep these videos coming more often. I'll try to get those pictures posted up. I'm reworking my Buy Me a Coffee. So if you want to visit, you're welcome to. But the site is under maintenance right now because I took everything off the site to donate it because it wasn't selling. So that site's still up. You can still buy me a coffee, stop by and say hi, whatever. But I don't think I have anything for sale on there right now. I think that's it. Sooner or later, once the weather gets warm, we're going to go out on the Linker and do some yarn tours. Because all the stores are closing. All the small stores are closing. It's getting harder and harder to find yarn. So we're going to go out trekking. As long as I can keep my health up. And then I'll give us a good reason to do, you know, a video every Saturday. Every Saturday we'll go out trekking for yarn. So, sounds like fun. So if you can think of a name for Lloyd and I going out to trek around for some yarn, let me know. What would you call those little bits? Searching for yarn. Yearnings. I'm very punny sometimes, and that comes from my father's side of the family. I'm sorry, I'm like itching my eye on camera, and that's so gross. So anyway, anywho, I am going to finish up this 8-point star. I am going to start working on the neon 8-point star. If you want me to tape that and do it as a tutorial, I'm going to be color planning that, I think. Or at least to start with, depending on how big it gets, because more than 6 skeins. So, plus border. So if you want me to do tutorials on that, I can do that too. I can probably do a tutorial on an 8-point star in one video, because it's just the centerpiece and then repeat all the way after a 1-line repeat. So that'll be an easy peasy one. I don't know what that noise was, but excuse me. It kind of sounds like a burp, but it kind of doesn't. I don't have very much regulation, so I make bubbly noises. My husband sometimes calls them Drano noises, depending on where they come from. Medical fun. Anyway, so thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here. Thank you for not forgetting about me. I'll try to make them more often. I'm fighting this. I'm fighting it hard. But I will try to be here and show you what I'm doing, in case you care. So, leave me a comment. Let me know. Should I do a tutorial for the 8-pointed star? What should we call the Yarn Trek missions? I want to call them Yarn Trek missions. That sounds like overly geeky. I'm cool with geeky, but I was never space geeky, so that just sounds like way too. So I need a new name. Before we can start these episodes, I need a new name. So help me out. Think of something good, and hey, I'll throw something back your way if you give me your snail mail. How about that? Alright, we'll do that. I mean, I'm not going to promise you like a king-size blanket or anything, but I'll send you, you know, a hat or a towel or one of these. I love these. I would wear these all year long if I could. I have one of these in purple. I have one of these, and this is my drier lint color. I have a couple striped ones. I have a couple multicolored ones. I'd love to get some more of this yarn. This is Herb Garden from, I love this yarn. I hate this company. I would love to get some more of this. This makes beautiful hats. Don't look the same. But this really made a beautiful hat. I love this color. Can I find this color from any other company besides I Hate This Yarn Company? No. No, I can't. Am I going to order yarn from I Hate This Company and make sure they're not the seller on eBay? Yes. Yes, I probably am. Because, you know, I have principles. But look at the color. Look at the color. I would rather somebody else make a profit off of it than give my money directly to them. So, yeah. But yeah. So, if you have a variegated that you don't know exactly what to do with, the stocking cap is an awesome pattern for it. Because I have not found a yarn that this looks bad in. Okay, now that I said I was going to end this like 10 times now, I'm going to end this. So I'm going to finish drinking my coffee and probably curl up in a little ball and cry for a little while because my meds still don't absorb in my gut and I don't like this. But thank you for stopping by and joining me, and I'm sorry I don't have time to edit, and you're welcome to laugh at all my stupid me. Okay. Name my yarn crawls. Tell me if you want a neon tutorial. I love you. Bye. That's it. Be nice. Be nice to yourself. Be kind. The world needs more kindness right now, and a lot of people are taking kindness for weakness, and a lot of people are taking advantage of others' kindness. And we really need to stick together as people in the Yarniverse, as content creators, and as people. We really need to stick together. I'm not saying to not be inclusive, but I am saying that my childhood taught me you stick up for your own. Love you guys. Be good.